So, Deyanna Denyse, I am a nude model here in Atlanta, Georgia.
Say what? What was that? Let's rewind that right there in case my followers didn't hear you. What was that?
I am a nude model here in Atlanta, Georgia.
Oh.
And I'm not your ordinary nude model, no. I am actually here with a purpose, and that is to change the narrative of nudity in the brown communities. And I'm pretty sure hopefully you've all been to some type of museum or art show or anything like that, and you only see a lot of, European nude sculptures and European nude art, which is beautiful, I get it. However, I feel like it's time for a change. I feel like we should also have some brown sculptures of brown bodies and nude brown bodies and things like that. So the purpose of what I'm doing is to change that narrative and to bring change for the culture.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's very important that we see our representation everywhere.
Exactly.
I mean Hispanic and Black communities.
Period.
Out there, period.
In general.
Yeah, that's why it's important that we support one another.
Exactly.
Because it's just a beautiful thing.
Thanks.
Yeah. Representation is everything.
It really is. Like, seriously, because honestly, like last year I was on tour and I was near the Smithsonian's in DC, and me and my friend, we was walking through the museums and the Smithsonian's because I love history. I'm a history geek.
Yeah.
So I'm walking through, and they have like the African American buildings. So I'm like, okay, let's go see what's in there. Let's go check it out. And as soon as I go in there, my whole energy just drops. And it's like oppression everywhere. And I'm just like, God damn. It's like, is that it? Like,
right.
They have a whole floor for death and slavery. And I'm just like, I mean, I get it. Don't get me wrong. I get it. But it's like, we are so much more than oppression. We're so much more than just music. Because we've set a name for music, yes, and things like that. But we're so much more than that as well.
It's a whole culture.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So
it's a movement out
exactly. So with my purpose and what I'm passionate about is changing that and actually be an example through myself. Even if it's not my body in the museum or my images in these different places, I'd rather be the example to help other models want to do the same thing and to kind of push that narrative.
Right. I love it. Yeah. So again, let the followers know, everybody know, what is your IG name again? It's pinned there, but it's Deyanna,
Deyanna Denyse, the Deyanna Denyse.
Yay.
And you can find me on IG, you can find me on Twitter, Deyanna Denyse.
Okay, so I have a set of questions here. Okay. So you told us a little bit about yourself and the movement that you have to bring a positive light to beautiful brown bodies. So you can tell me about yourself, like where you're from, where's your family from?
Okay, so I'm from Atlanta.
Hey, really? Hey, that's so hard to find nowadays. Like, I wasn't born here, I was raised here. But to find people that were actually born here and raised here, that's hard to find.
It is. When I tell people, they're looking like, are you sure? I'm like, yeah, I was born at Grady Hospital. Like, it's a real thing. It's a real thing. I'm a Grady baby.
Girl, stop. That's so dope. I gave an idea to someone, which probably somebody's gonna take, but you should take. You need to have hoodies that say Grady Baby on it.
No, that's facts.
And sell it.
No, that's real. That's real.
Trademark.
Bam. Not facts.
Facts.
No, listen, that's real. That would be so dope.
Yeah, that's serious. Okay, cool. So, the first question I have for you, I have 5 questions for you. So, when did you decide to come out with your book? First off, what's the name of your book? Tell us about it.
This book, for you guys to see, is entitled Melancholy. And I decided to create this book last year around November okay, so before I explain this, let me just say, as an artist, I'm a very emotional driven artist. So a lot of my work, majority of my work come from how I feel on the inside. Like, I'm like a feelings person. It's my Pisces rising sign, I'm so feeling. I like to, So when I decided to create this book, it was right when we're going into wintertime. And I don't know if a lot of people realize, but a lot of people in the world find themselves in deep depression in wintertime. you know, a lot of strong and hard feelings just sink in for some reason, like a natural slump, I guess.
Right.
And I found myself in a slight slump mentally and emotionally, and I was just like, what am I gonna do with these emotions? You know, like, what am I gonna do with all of this?
Right.
And I decided to create Melancholy, which is in this book. And again, back to who I am. My sun sign is a Capricorn, and for those who know astrology, Capricorns are known for being melancholic. Like, we just for no reason, actually.
Aww.
And for those who don't know what melancholy means, the description is actually on the front of the book. So it's a feeling of pensive sadness, typically with no obvious case. That means I come home one day and just be sad for no fucking reason. I have no idea why. I just want to cry.
It's okay though.
And that's okay.
It's
okay. So when I wrote this book, I was in deep melancholy. Like, that was like my overtone of my life for like 2 months. And I created this book during that time.
Yeah. We use that feeling to turn it into something beautiful and positive.
Correct.
That's deep.
Right. I mean, that's a form of alchemy, in my opinion, and I like to see myself as like a modern day alchemist or energetic alchemist in that sense. So I can
just always building and
take
one thing
and turn it into another. Right. So I take a lot of negative energy and transform it into something positive or lucrative.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what I did with this book.
That's awesome.
And with the help of my favorite photographer, Brian Childress, you're gonna see this. I love you, Brian.
Hey.
I love you, Brian. You're gonna see this.
Hey.
Right. So yeah, and that's what this book comes from.
Okay, so what were some of your inspirations for the shots in this project?
Honestly, it was just how I would be in the house. Like, it's very, very natural shots. So you're gonna see a lot of like slumping around, like if you were to picture yourself in a depression, like how would you look? You would just kind of like slouch around and, you know, lay around the house, droopy.
Yeah.
So you're gonna get a lot of strong poses in that sense. They're like, it's a balance of soft and strong, because in some poses I'm just like, and then other poses, you know, and you feel it. It's very natural. It's very relatable. So that's kind of what that inspiration is.
I like that. And what I like is that we all been there. There's no one in this world that can say, what are you talking about? Like, no, I dig it. I feel it. I've been there, or I'm going through it as we speak. I love that. Okay, so my next question for you is, if you had to pick, which photo shoot was your best one? Which one would it be and why?
And like in my all, like as an entire, my entire. Wow, that is good. That is a good question.
Do you have a few?
My favorite. Okay. So I can say this. I can answer this question.
Okay.
Honestly, I've been trying to outdo myself, really, in this. So it's all about like being better than I was before. So when I first started modeling, I did this photo shoot at the Mill in Rome, Georgia. It's like this ran down, rugged, old, nasty place. And my first shoot there I've ever done was like so boss, like it was so bomb. And I think it was because I was so excited to be in that space that I was just like posing all over the place. I was like here and here. And there were very strong poses, very different, very iconic in my opinion. I have a lot of canvas pieces for art shows from that shoot.
Really?
And ever since then, I've been trying to like outdo that shoot. Like, I have to be better than I was in like 2018. It was taking me so long. But that would be my favorite one.
Yeah. Okay, I could dig it. You know, it's always that that one shoot that you have that just brings that fierceness out of it.
Yeah.
Deep feeling that you know,
right,
not just like, hey, I'm here. Oop.
Right.
Not that, hey, I'm here, but I'm here. What's up?
Right.
You know?
Like, what you gonna do with all this energy?
Right. Exactly. So I love that. Okay, so let's see. How do you think this project would complement and take your career to the next level?
Okay, so with this project, it's kind of pushing me into creating more physical art that I can touch and grab hold to, because in the beginning of my career, I was just building a name for myself, really just creating content, pushing out art. I did a lot of art shows in between, but majority of my focus was really just building a name for myself, getting my name out there. So I didn't really focus too much on actually prints or creating hard covers or anything like that. It was just more so of letting people know who I was. So this book is the beginning of me actually creating hard content you can touch, you can feel, you can take home with you, and it can be a conversation piece on your coffee table somewhere. So,
and they open up a lot of emotions and being allowing others to be open to express themselves when they're in a situation. If that makes sense. And also appreciate the beauty of your art.
Exactly, right.
Of your body too. Girl, you got a banging body. I'm just saying.
Thank you.
But yeah, I think that it's beautiful that, you know, like you were saying, you were at first making a name for yourself, making yourself known out there. Now that has been established and you're already known, now you have that piece of I would call it a gem. That gem that you have that you can actually hold, you could sell, you could share, you can, you know, you can look through, you can do something with.
Exactly.
And it's a representation of you, a physical form of a representation of you, a part of you. Because when I say you always feel this way, it's a part of you.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly. Thanks. Thank you.
Okay, so my next question, last but not least, is what great things and feelings are you channeling in the project? Which we kind of already.
Yeah, we kind of touched on it, but I can always dive deeper. So again, it was just a lot of sadness. Honestly, just transmuting real emotions into something better, and that's really what it is. It's like the art of transmutation. Honestly, that's like the pinnacle of this project is the art of transmutation, the art of alchemy. Not only am I displaying my own vulnerabilities, but I would also like to kind of display how others, not just myself, can take something that hurts emotionally and mentally and turn it into something that is beautiful and positive.
Yes.
So that's really what it's about.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
That's awesome. And a lot of us, I can say for myself, at times I've been, at times I've been in a situation where something is going on or I feel a certain way, I can relate, and with the book, and sometimes it's hard to move forward.
Yeah.
But it's very doable.
Yes.
And to have a piece of art yourself and have your book to actually encourage us to see, hey, she did something about this. She turned it into something beautiful and something positive. I can do it too.
Exactly. Exactly. That's exactly what it's about.
I love that.
Thanks.
Well, thank you. I appreciate you. I really appreciate your time, your beauty, your wits in the book. So if you don't mind, I'd like to go ahead and take a look at it.
Yes.
So yeah, how many pages are in here?
24 pages.
Y'all heard that now. And how much are we selling it for? Oh, look at this. Beautiful. Let me close crap up. Wow. 24 pages. And where can we find this book?
So it's going to be on my website, and for those that are looking to purchase it, I'm going to be posting on my IG.
Okay.
Limited offers. I only have 10 of these entirely. So I only have 10. It's only going to be 10 made ever.
Can I buy this?
You can buy it.
Yeah. How much are you selling it for?
Okay, so I'll tell you, but everyone else is gonna have to find out by messaging me on IG.
Nah, you go ahead and just let me know off the record. It's
Yeah,
okay.
I got you.
I'd like to buy this.
No, you really can.
Okay, cool. So this is awesome. Man, this is really awesome. Oh, wow. Yeah. It's like sometimes we just don't want to get off the sofa.
At all.
Yeah, I've been there, done that. And you mentioned you have a son.
So, children? Oh no, I don't have any kids, not yet.
Did you just say that?
No.
You said sometimes he comes home and he feels.
No.
Oh, Lord. Lord, sweet baby Jesus.
Girl, I don't have no kids yet. You're probably thinking about my higher self and my higher children that are coming one of these days.
Okay. So, that's weird. So I thought that you said that. So here we see you. Well, I'm not gonna say anything because it's exclusive. Yeah, sometimes it's like that. Sometimes
And you know what? Like with the book, there's so many undertones and messages inside the book. Like everything that's in here is placed there for a reason. Everything, all the poses are positioned for a reason. Like even this here is for a reason, and how it's unlocked but it's still closed. You see what I'm saying? Like those emotions are in there, they want to come out but they can't.
Yeah. Although it's available to come out.
Yeah, so
it's
everything.
You're keeping it.
Exactly. Every
your
single
position is like, nope.
Exactly. And like the way my head's turned, like everything in the book is for, like every single detail is for a reason.
I see the pain in this one.
Mm-hmm.
I see the pain. Yeah, I see the. I just don't want to be bothered. And this one, wow. Yeah, that's awesome. I love it. I love it. I think that, guys, I think that it's very important that we all realize that we all go through all these natural emotions. Where as a human species, it's natural to go through different steps of emotions. And for us to see a positive young lady to actually express herself and have a book that can actually help you see that she's doing something about it. She's expressing herself. It's okay to express yourself. It's okay to talk to others about how you feel.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Because there's so much strength and vulnerability, people don't realize it.
Yeah.
Like it takes a coward person it's easy to hold something to yourself and not share it. It takes a lot of strength to be able to open up and share those moments where you feel like you want to kill yourself, or those moments where you feel like you just want to kind of like give up.
Yeah.
Like it takes a lot of courage to even admit that to someone else.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Going up there, surrendering. Yep. Yeah. Well, as a mom, y'all know I got 3 boys.
Really? That's
Yeah.
beautiful.
And as a mom, we do go through those steps where sometimes we just can't do it.
Yeah.
Initially, like the first child, it's always hard.
Mm-hmm.
I do acknowledge that. I had to work through that. I had to move past that. Having the first child, it's a drastic change as a young lady, But seeing this, it's beautiful how we as a whole people, we're moving together in a positive direction to say it's okay to talk about it. It's okay to express yourself. Because, it was a long time before us women, we could actually express ourselves about how we feel. It was always like, shut your mouth.
And do your job, exactly.
Right. Mm-hmm. So, and then through the process of being a young lady and being a mother, it's not easy. It's not easy at all. Especially in a society like we live in today, it's not easy at all. But it's beautiful. I love your book. And I'm going to buy it, guys. Y'all need to buy.
So that means we only have 9 left.
Okay.
Okay.
We need to get more. So
it's
more
limited edition.
Right? But this is awesome, guys. Just the fact that she's able to express positivity and allow us to feel that we can do the same.
Mm-hmm.
You don't just see this book, you feel this book.
Yes.
It's natural.
Yes.
So thank you, everyone. Thank you so much for your time, and we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up. And I'm gonna buy the book. Y'all need to go ahead and DM her so y'all can get y'all copy, limited edition.
Because
Just
it's only
letting
9.
y'all know.
It's only 9 left now.
Yeah, just letting y'all know. Just letting y'all know right here. Please go ahead and hit her up in her DM. Yes. Thank you so much. Say bye.
Bye.
Share.